views and opinions of the host and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Good morning. Another day, another murder in New Providence. The central bank issuing a direction on bank fees, calling for greater transparency in fee hikes. And the veterinary bill will help improve food security. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Thursday, October 3rd, 2023. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Laverne Gardner will be joining us. Also this morning, we're talking about the Bahama Culinary and Arts Festival coming up. And in business, we're talking to the Bahamas Union of Teachers and the Teachers and Salary Workers Cooperative Credit Union about their upcoming mortgage fair. That's all ahead, but first it's time for the Overnight, the latest breaking news from while we're sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning. In the Overnight, investigations continue into the country's latest murder. A man shot dead in a yard on Piper Lane off Palm Beach Avenue. It happened shortly before 5 p.m. yesterday. Police say the man, who appeared to be in his 30s, was sitting outside when two men approached him. One of the assailants shot him several times. Police are asking anyone with information on the latest killing to contact them. It's the 91st murder for the year so far, and came one day after a man was shot and killed as he held his 8-month-old daughter. Prime Minister Philip Davis saying that there needs to be a change for young people. He said yesterday, quote, "The senselessness of these killings, we just need to have a complete reset of the mind of our young people. We have to invest in our young people as we are doing, and to let them know there is a better way." Meanwhile, Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell asking the F&M what more the opposition party expects the government to do in the crime fight, as he pushed back at assertions that the Davis administration is not serious about addressing the problem. Mitchell's comments coming in the House of Assembly a day after a 27-year-old man, as we told you, was shot while holding his 8-year-old daughter. The Central Bank of the Bahamas issuing a direction to all financial institutions in the country, including domestic banks, mandating enhanced transparency in setting fees and charges on customers. The central bank said access to financial products and payment services is fundamental to facilitating the equitable participation of individuals in the economy, and that the charges imposed on customers for services should be reasonable and transparent. It says that to this end, the central bank is proposing to develop new regulations governing fees charged by supervised financial institutions, which would take effect in 2025 and after a period of public consultation. As Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources Jomo Campbell opened debate on the veterinary medicine bill in the House of Assembly, he hailed the legislation as a step forward not only for the veterinary industry, but also for the food security of the Bahamas. He said, quote, it is part of our push toward food security and ensuring that our laws and regulations in several vital industries are up to date and meet or exceed practices. The bill, which would repeal and replace the 1966 Veterinary Surgeons Act, would create a comprehensive regulatory framework or regime for the practice of veterinary medicine in the Bahamas, addressing the licensing of veterinarians and establishing professional standards regulations and the establishment of a veterinary council and the appointment of a registrar. A prison officer who's been suspended from her duties has been unsuccessful in her attempt to have her ankle bracelet removed while she awaits her trial on a murder conspiracy charge. Shantae Taylor appeared before Justice Neil Brathwaite along with her lawyer to request a modification of the terms of her bail conditions. The 21-year-old was granted $20,000 emergency bail on medical grounds after she was accused of conspiring with others to kill Elvardo Thompson. Prosecutors allege that Taylor lured Thompson to her home. On July 20th, he was shot and killed outside. According to her lawyer, Taylor wants to continue her education, and apparently the bulky tracking device is not easily concealed, prompting the application for its removal. The prosecutor objected to the application, citing the lack of evidence that the device would hinder Taylor's learning. As an alternative, she suggested that Taylor wear wide-legged pants or skirts to conceal the ankle monitor. And a man who caused damage to a fast food restaurant's bathroom, sentenced to 2 years probation as part of a plea deal. 64-year-old Alton McCarty was initially charged with arson, but he pleaded guilty to causing damage as part of the agreement. Senior Justice Cheryl Grant Thompson told McCarty that he would be jailed for 1 year if he violated his probation. On May 11th, 2023, McCarty went to Burger King on Prince Charles Drive and asked to use the bathroom. A short time later, the bathroom received fire damage in the amount of $33,114. Overseas, an Israeli airstrike on an apartment in central Beirut killed 7 Hezbollah-affiliated civilian first responders. Israel has been pounding areas of the country where the militant group has had a strong presence since late September, but has rarely struck in the heart of the capital. There was no warning before the strike late Wednesday, which hit an apartment in central Beirut, not far from the United Nations headquarters, and the Prime Minister's office and Parliament. Hezbollah's civil defense unit said 7 of its members were killed. The Lebanese Red Cross, meanwhile, said an Israeli strike killed 4 of its paramedics and a Lebanese army soldier as they were evacuating wounded people from the south. It said the convoy near a village, which was accompanied by Lebanese troops, was targeted Thursday despite coordinated movements with UN peacekeepers. And Typhoon Krathon making landfall today in Taiwan's major port city of Kaohsiung, bringing torrential rains and fierce winds to the island's south. Trees were brought down by high winds and roads were flooded, prompting the closure of schools and businesses. Krathon making landfall in the industrial Sangyang district. It packed maximum sustained winds of 78 miles per hour, with gusts up to 101 miles per hour. The typhoon was forecast to move slowly north and weaken into a tropical depression by Friday before it reaches the capital of Taipei. It was expected to then head across the Taiwan Strait toward the Chinese coast. Winds are strong in Taipei today, but there was little rain. And an anti-corruption agency in Haiti accused 3 members of the country's Transitional Presidential Council of bribery in a scathing report that threatens to destabilize the country's fragile political stability. Smith Augustin, Emmanuel Vertletier, and Louis Gerard Gilles are accused of demanding more than $750,000 from the director of the government-owned National Bank of Credit to secure his job. The Unit for Combating Corruption report says that it was a significant blow to the 9-member council and is expected to further erode people's trust in the council, which was appointed earlier this year after targeted gang violence forced the country's former prime minister to resign, leaving Haiti without a leader. The council works alongside new Prime Minister Gary Conille and is tasked with helping run the country. It wasn't immediately clear if the council would take any action against the 3 members who did not return messages for comment from the Associated Press. Your first look at sports brought to you by the 6th Caribbean Baseball Cup. The Philadelphia 76ers are gearing up for the 2024-25 NBA season. They're hosting their training camp at Atlanta's Paradise Island. The camp started on Tuesday and runs until Saturday. Sixers guard Eric Gordon, a member of the Bahamas' senior men's national basketball team, which came within a game of advancing to the Paris Olympics. He's expressing his excitement about being here in the Bahamas. You can read all about it in today's Guardian Sports section. And the New Providence Softball Association Championships concluding with a thrilling finale at Bankers Field at the Blue Hills Sporting Complex. The Cybertech Blue Marlins edging the Chances Mighty Mets 14-13. They sealed the championship series 4-1. Details on that in today's Guardian Sports section. From Major League Baseball, the San Diego Padres beat the Atlanta Braves 5-4 to sweep their National League Wild Card Series. And the Houston Astros getting swept as well as the Detroit Tigers win Game 2 of their Wild Card Series with a 5-2 victory. That's sports, brought to you by the 6th Caribbean Baseball Cup, coming to Nassau October 23rd to 28th, right here at the Andre Rogers National Stadium, which will be buzzing with excitement as 6 countries, Cuba, the Dominican Republic, Curacao, the U.S. Virgin Islands, St. Martin, and the Bahamas will compete for the championship title. 17 thrilling games over 6 days. The 6th Caribbean Baseball Cup, October 23rd through 28th. Your first look at weather brought to you by Scotiabank. Here's what's happening. We've got a high-pressure system over the western Atlantic that continues to influence the weather across the Bahamas, maintaining light to moderate easterly to southeasterly winds. This pattern is going to hold through tonight with a gradual increase in moisture expected by Friday as an easterly trough approaches from the central Gulf of Mexico. That's going to lead to a higher probability of showers and thunderstorms over the weekend and into early next week, especially here in the Northwest Bahamas and in the Central Islands. Additionally, swells generated by Hurricane Kirk all the way out in the Atlantic will affect eastern-facing beaches, increasing the risk of rip currents. So, widely scattered showers are possible, especially in the afternoon and evening hours. Some may become strong and gusty, and heavy rainfall could result in localized flooding in low-lying and flood-prone areas. Beachgoers should exercise caution. And when it's not raining, it's going to be hot with the UV index in the high range as well, and that heat advisory in effect from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. with heat indices in the triple digits once again. So for today, for the northern Bahamas, including Grand Bahama, partly to mostly sunny, hot, and humid with a chance of afternoon and evening showers. Pretty much the same for the rest of the northwest Bahamas, including New Providence. The central and southeast Bahamas, partly to mostly sunny, hot, and humid with isolated showers and thunderstorms. We're looking at high temperatures today, getting up to around 90 Fahrenheit, 32 Celsius, but the heat index will make it feel like it's at least 102 Fahrenheit, 39 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 77 Fahrenheit, 24, 25 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. We'll have your extended outlook and a look at the tropics coming up in just a bit. Weather brought to you by Scotiabank, reminding you to be a fraud fighter. Sharing isn't always caring. Keep your personal and financial information private. Never share account details with anyone. A reminder from Scotiabank.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
You're listening to Morning Blend. When we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on your home for fresh news and smart talk all day. Guardian Radio 96.9.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
Do you have uncontrollable debt? Are you ready to make that move to Fidelity for a stress-free future? These loans have a built-in savings plan that pays you unbeatable interest. Ask about our debt consolidation loans today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
The future of driving is here, and it's electric. Welcome to EV City, Easy Car Sales' new home for electric vehicles. Whether you want an affordable model or a luxury ride, EV City has the perfect electric car for you. Don't just take our word for it. Come test drive the power, the smoothness, and the savings. You'll love electric after just one ride. Cut your driving costs in half and say goodbye to gas stations for good. Visit EV City on the highway through the Solomon Service Road and drive into the future today.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for your smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us on the Guardian Radio text line, powered by BTC, 422-4796. Standard text rate supply. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan. Joining me now, Laverne Gardner. Laverne Gardner, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Doing well. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hope your electricity's on.
It is. It is on. It's on so far, Dwight.
Okay.
So far, so good.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Good to hear. All right, we got a lot to talk about
That's
this
about all I
morning.
have.
Got a lot to talk about this morning. In our 8 o'clock hour, we're going to find out more about the upcoming Bahama Culinary and Arts Festival. And later in business, we're talking with the Bahamas Union of Teachers and the Teachers and Salaried Workers Cooperative Credit Union. And they are putting on a mortgage fair. We're going to be talking with them about mortgages and mortgages for teachers and some other things that should be very interesting. So we're going to get into that later in business. But right now, let's talk about what else is in the news. And in the news, just want to mention some of the headlines really quickly. So, central bank issues direction on bank fees. Regulator demands greater transparency in fees. The central bank is proposing to develop new regulations governing fees charged by supervised financial institutions, which would take effect in 2025 after a period of consultation. And we're told in this article that's a precursor to the action, the central bank is issuing an interim direction to enhance disclosure requirements for these types of businesses, banks, and as such. The direction applies to domestic banks, credit unions, money transmission businesses, and payment services institutions. So financial institutions must provide customers with a minimum notice of 30 days before the variation of any transaction fees or account charges, including but not limited to deposit accounts, credit facilities, or any payments-related transactions using checks, credit cards, debit cards, and digital wallets. And the institutions must also provide customers with a schedule outlining the estimated or forecasted change in revenue associated with each varied fee or charge. Okay, interesting. They must also provide the central bank with a schedule of proposed variation in fees and charge forecasted revenues, a minimum of 60 days before the proposed change. Oh, okay. And finally, they must disclose or make readily available to customers the comparable schedule of the varied fees for the same or similar financial products at the competitor institutions. That's the date of the notice. Okay. That's a lot. Or the customer could do that theirself. But okay. Hey, transparency is great. Maybe we'll talk to our guests at our 9 o'clock hour about that as well. What do you think about that? On the surface, Laverne, what do you make of that?
Okay, let's start with the other part. That they're gonna consult with the banks. 2025, we may see some changes. Okay.
Well, no, this is in the interim.
Right. No, I'm starting with it because that was the first part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But now the second part of what you're reading is talking about in the interim what will be done. It sounds like you said that it's more transparent. You're gonna get notice. It's not saying that the charges will be limited to a certain amount, or they can't go over a certain amount. It's saying that we're going to be advised, we're to be given due notice, and also they need to publish along with their rates, their competitors' rates.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what to say, right?
I mean, okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure we're going to hear a lot from those institutions on that. That is okay. I love it.
So they have to go around. Well, maybe they know. Maybe they have a system where they already know their competitors' rate. I don't know. I don't know how it works. What I do know is that you do get notice already that the rates are going up.
Yeah. But the other parts.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the other parts, though, that seems like a lot. But okay, this feels very deja vu-ish as well. But hey, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right.
Does it help? Does it help? I mean, will it help?
Maybe some people, maybe will say, I don't need to deal with this. If they're this much lower, I'll go over there.
We'll go over there. Mm-hmm. So people will just be going to different banks based on the charges. I don't know. I mean, I don't know really what to make of it because other than notification, a more advanced notification, and you being able to compare charges.
Yeah. Okay.
What else is there?
Yeah. This is an interesting headline. I don't think we're going to go through all of this, but just the headline: veterinary bill will help improve food security. It's just
help improve
food security. So Hey, I mean, they don't just deal with dogs and cats. So sure. I don't know why I'm thinking Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and Springfield, but that's just me. I got issues. But okay, yeah, because
Clearly.
they deal with the cows and the goats and the sheep
Okay,
and stuff.
read the article so that we can tie it together so that you don't,
No,
put your issues.
there's so much more I want to talk about. I don't want to spend too much time with that one today. But this is what the minister says, Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Jobo Campbell. It's part of our push towards food security and ensuring that our laws and regulations in several vital industries are up to date and meet or exceed practices. Right? It's going to replace and repeal the Veterinary Surgeons Act, which would be, it's going to create a comprehensive regulatory regime for the practice of veterinary medicine and the licensing of veterinarians, establishing professional standards, regulation of practices, the establishment of a council, and the appointment of a registrar. So we're told that the aim of the bill is not just to uphold the welfare of animals, but also to ensure that the practice of veterinary medicine remains effective, responsible, and aligned with modern scientific advancements. So that's great. It's good stuff.
Because, there'll be proper regulations in place for those who may have farms,
Yes, exactly.
and they have animals, and so they have to keep those animals up to par to make sure that, well, I could see how it will tie in.
Yeah, great stuff. All right. So, of course, the other big story yesterday, another murder, just really hours after the one the day before, the one that shocked all of us. That man holding his 8-month-old baby shot to death. Didn't make a difference to the killers. Yeah. So this time, this was around 5 p.m. yesterday. Police say the man was sitting outside when 2 men approached him, and one of the assailants shot him several times. Police asking for anyone with information to contact them. And everyone's making the usual appeals for change, including Prime Minister Philip Davis, who said yesterday there needs to be a change for young people. He said, quote, "The senselessness of these killings, we just need to have a complete reset of the mind of our young people. We have to invest in our young people as we are doing and to let them know there is a better way." Meanwhile, Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell is asking the FNM what more the opposition wants the government to do in the crime fight, pushing back at assertions that the Davis administration is not serious about addressing the problem. Mitchell, responding to criticism from St. Barnabas MP Shannon Cartwright, who's also the Shadow Minister of National Security, who brought up the murder in the House yesterday and the country's crime problem during debate in Parliament. Mitchell said, quote, "Just as you are serious about you are making about crime, the Progressive Liberal Party can say tenfold that it is serious serious because we are the government at this time. The evidence is there of all the social programs that have been put in place since 2021. He said the PLP's social programs are meant to work in the long term and criticized the Minnis administration for scrapping urban renewal. Mitchell said the social outreach program had to be reintroduced after the PLP won the 2021 general election. He said some people have suggested that the Bahamas resort to draconian measures such as those taken in Jamaica and El Salvador in response to crime. He said in August, Jamaica instituted a state of emergency in its Clarendon parish after shootings left 8 people dead. Mitchell said the tactic has not worked, though. And El Salvador reported a drastic decrease in murders since a crackdown on gangs, but human rights groups have said that El Salvador's measures have been heavy-handed and alleged abuse abuse, including torture and arbitrary detentions, have taken place. So Mitchell said, quote, "The question is whether or not you want to go to the extent of suspending civil liberties. As long as you have a liberal democracy, and I assume we're on the same plane, there's a certain way you have to approach this matter." He said the PLP is no less serious than the FNM on the issue of crime. "I don't want the public to be left with the impression that we think this is a joke. Every day we are just as bothered as you are about this crime situation, I've asked you privately, what more is it you expect us to do? At that point, opposition leader Michael Pintard said they want results. And Mitchell concluded, quote, the issue today is the point he's making that we're not serious about crime issues, and that is simply not true. How can we, in this small society, how can we not be serious about crime issues when it affects all of us, all of our families, our friends who are dying, these young kids who should be living until they are 70 years of age, killing one another for what reason? We don't know. How do we intervene and stop people from doing it? We think that the answer is a long-term solution by starting with the proper investment in the social programs and education. We are doing that. We're trying to improve the housing situation. We are doing that. And it went on quite a bit more, quite a bit longer. But let's get your reaction to that. The fact that there's another murder. The fact that there are, as we talked about yesterday, almost every day is shooting, stabbing, somebody getting hurt. Violence everywhere, in the way that we drive, in the way we talk to each other, the videos that we see every day. We know this. We have a serious problem. And as we heard yesterday, everybody is pointing fingers at everybody else. But
Dwight, what more can we say? I know that we do have social programs in place, but are those social programs reaching are making the impact that it needs to make? Is it reaching the people that we're trying to capture? Because you could have social programs, and I'm not knocking them, but is it doing what you needed to do? Is it producing the results that you would like to see it produce? What else can we say? We've said everything. We've called on everybody to work together, everybody to do their parts, from parents, guardians, friends, to the government, police, the church. We've developed these programs, implemented these programs, but are these programs, in fact, effective? Are they reaching those people? Or is it that sector of those sector people that they don't care about these programs? They're so far removed from them, they're thinking that it doesn't mean anything.
I think it's all of the above. I think it is reaching some people, and it's not reaching some people. And some people are in it, and they just pass through, and others have a life-changing experience. And that's how everything is be in the same school and come out
very true
with the top grades in the country, and you could be a complete disaster. Somebody else could, right? That's what we're seeing with everything. Yeah, so
and
it really depends a lot on what's going on within you and in your family and in your situation.
Right. And I think also with Minister Mitchell, what he said about using the example of Jamaica, and then, of course, with
El Salvador,
and the measures that they're taking, and it's heavy-handed, and all of that. But Dwight, I got to tell you, I'm not necessarily saying that we should take away people's civil liberties, but let's be honest, criminals are heavy-handed with what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're so concerned, I guess, and we have to be about not offending, I want to say, but people are dying on these streets every day. Innocent people, whether it's from gang or we've just become a violent society. And at some point we may have to look at these more serious or stricter measures.
Yeah. Well, the hypocrisy in the country is also causing a lot of issues. There's a whole bunch of people that to look at them, you'd be shocked. But you accidentally step on their toe, accidentally cut them off in traffic, and don't mind that guy in that tie and that suit and whatever. What he might say to you and what he might suggest that he could do to you
Who do
It's
you? Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. Very
so
true.
we got a whole lot of these people around here. And so people are playing like, I don't know. I don't know what this is very odd behavior. So the double talk, and that's been going on for decades, home to roost, right? And we're seeing it now. Because you could be out here, oh, I'm so shocked and dismayed by the crime, but you know what you have under your car seat and in your trunk. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got the phone lines all lit up. Let's see if they're still there. We've had them on hold for a while. But 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, toll free 242-300-5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us 422-4796. Also want to talk about this more. Caller, we'll get to in just a second. So we've been asking about this, an explanation about these plea deals and why we're doing this in these lenient sentences. Still don't have an answer on concurrent, but the director of public prosecution spoke to the Tribune, and we're going to read that article in just a second. But let's take this call. Good morning. You're on the air. Good morning, caller. Are you there? Hi, good morning. You're on the air. Hi, good morning, caller. You are on the air live. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Dwight.
Hi. Turn on your radio for us, please.
And good morning, Laverne. Hello, you can hear me?
Yeah, she can hear you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Dwight, my brother. Is hypocrisy one of the number one feature we have in the Bahamas? Because it appears every day we get up and we are shocked to see what's taking place in our country, despite there's nothing tangible being done to it, right? We can't point at nothing tangible being the cartel, anything we talked about or talk about in this country, no day, right? So here are leaders, them, right? Delusional as they are, stuck in their position of not doing anything and still trying to justify that doing nothing is still the way to go, right? This man went all around the globe talking about this nation and that nation, right? But what happened right next to Turks and Caicos when they put their gun law? They are one of the most serious gun law in this part of the world. Why they couldn't take a page out of that? No, we don't need to look right next door. But let's go down the road. See, but all these guys, them continue to do is just go around trying to convince the fools that they doing something, right? But we on the ground feeling what we feeling this, we live in this, and they are playing games with this. Right? Why can't the House of Assembly and our members go and make laws and say, look, we can put these laws in place for in 5-10 years just to send a message. And then after that 5 years, we going back to being the way we used to be, right? Why we can't just try something different instead of always looking for excuse to what cannot work if you ain't doing nothing you ain't bringing nothing away, but you saying it cannot work for here. But you ain't trying it.
Okay.
So it is ludicrous to hear our leaders, and it's sickening, man, right? But hey, I just need to mention this before I go because I just need you to investigate this, Dwight, because it's being talked about, right? I know, right? So let me just say it, please. It ain't nothing off contrary or disrespectful or anything. I could say it, right?
I will see.
I just need you to investigate it. I would like for you to investigate it, right? What is being said around the place is that the ambulance that we got, right, was donated.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
We're listening.
The ambulance that we got was donated from a country. We didn't purchase it, and now the government is paying some entity $6.5 million to teach people how to drive those. I just need to investigate that to see if that's real. But otherwise, you guys have a nice day.
$6.5 million to teach them how to drive?
6.5 to teach the people them how to drive. The donated ambulance would allegedly we paid $101.5 million to purchase. Please investigate it for myself.
Okay. What are these? Rockets? Rocket ambulances? Why would it be that? Or the
You
teaching?
didn't see that going around.
No,
Dwight.
I'm able to miss a lot of the nonsense because
Because you sent me a lot of them. But okay, we'll go with that.
Excuse me. How
If you want to pretend like you are above the fray, we'll go with that this morning.
Okay, I missed some of the nonsense.
Right.
But so how many people are they teaching to drive? Like
I don't know,
600,000
but,
people? I
but
don't
again,
understand.
this, that was going around.
Why
It's
would it cost that
alleging
much?
that, it's a stick shift.
Mhm.
So, and that's the issue that's being alleged. The issue is
Where's the $6 million
they
coming
don't-
from? What's that? Why would it cost
I
that?
don't know. I don't know.
Interesting.
Because I could do it for less. I could teach them for less. I'm just putting it
Watch
out
a
there. If that's
YouTube
true,
video. Okay, because there's a whole lot of people in the history of the world have been able to drive manual shift vehicles. And many of them have had very little education. So it's not that hard. Come on now. I'm not very good at it, but at some point you'll get it if you practice. But anyway, okay. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Strachan, and
Hi.
good morning, Ms. Gardner.
Good morning.
good
Mr.
morning.
Strachan, I think I heard you said that the Prime Minister said that we need some type of reshaping or reforming of the mind or something.
Resetting. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I waiting on him to tell us how we can do that. You see, because I mean, he's the ultimate leader. He's the man in charge, right? So if he's not offering a way how we're going to reform our mind or reshape our mind or whatever the case may be, right? Then I mean, like what is he there for? And this is what I've been talking about. How our leaders tell us what we need. You know what I mean? Like we looking at the house is burning down, and the leader can say, "We need water. We need water." We don't want to hear that, buddy. We want to hear where the water coming from. You understand where I come from, Mr. Swan? And see, we need to get this in our head. Like the caller was just saying, there are no solutions being put in place to curb the situation that we are in. There's no brakes being applied to this train that is going to crash into the wall, Dwight. You understand where I'm coming from? So what I'm trying to say is that you, Dwight, and every concerned citizen, we need to stop joking now, man. We need to start to speak to the things that are really relevant and start to pressure the people to put in place the solutions that are necessary. We can't just have these people be coming up here talking, like how the previous caller said, and make them believe as if they doing something. I say before, so if the Prime Minister feels as if our mindset needs to change, right? Where are the policies? You know what I mean? Where are the, like I got a gentleman say, where are the laws? What steps are we going to take to do this thing? Because you only talk it. Anyway, y'all have a good day.
All right. Thanks a lot. Well, Fred Mitchell said it, right? There are programs. Laverne is asking a good question. Are the programs working? Fred Mitchell's saying these are long-term. Are the people who need to be in the programs in the programs? And this is the reset. So, I mean, this is what Fred Mitchell's saying. Do you want us to really get, like, militant and come and drag you out the house and say, hey, we can get you straight now and put you in line? You know what I mean? Is that what we want? It sounds like some of us do want.
And they dragging us out the house and killing us. They ain't even letting us get in the house.
No. Who's this us? Because what now? That's not exactly how this is going. And unfortunately, a lot of these are not random murders. They are not. From what we understand, most of these people know exactly who these people were who were out to get them. So it isn't quite like that. And so everybody needs to not make this political and admit that there are solutions, but are you taking advantage of them? Have you decided, I'm going to really get a hold of this kid and get them on the right path? Or are you just going to say, I've tried and I'm tired, and deal with it however he sees fit? Because we got a lot of what I just said happening, the latter part, right? Where people say, I'm tired, whatever happens is going to happen. But it seems some Bahamians want us to become like a little military nation where we get in here and handle people. And caller, I think that's what you're talking about.
What people just really want is a solution.
They are there. You're going to have to do some work.
that they could see is working.
Yeah, the
Like
solution
they
is
could
within
see it's
you.
working,
It's
tangible,
within
and
you.
that's what it is. I
It's
don't know if
it's
they're
not the prime
necessarily
minister.
saying that they want a militant nation, but they feel as if it's out of control, and so we just want to see results.
Yeah, you got to
And
look
for
within.
sure, and for sure, yes, you do, right? But like I said, how do we? What should be our focus? Should our focus be those who are already out there trying to do whatever it is, these all of these nefarious acts? Their mindset is already warped. Do we have programs where we could try to capture them? And then are we trying to capture those who have not reached that level of um, criminality yet? And so we try to capture them at an early age to turn them around. What are we doing? Is that the kind of efforts that we're making on both those fronts?
All of the programs are there. Now, so this is what I'm asking. Do you want the government to get into these people's homes and say, we're taking your children, your son is wayward, and now he's a ward of the state, and we're going to get him on the right path since you have failed as a parent? Yeah? This is the third
we
time.
like to call on the government for everything.
Well, then maybe that's what needs to happen. So maybe the draconian measures are needed, and maybe there needs to be a whole lot of restrictions for everybody, because at this point, can anyone be trusted? And so maybe that's what's going to have to happen. Yeah, I feel many of you are going to regret that. But if you're not willing,
that's never going to happen.
Okay, if you're not willing to take advantage of the many, 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 many programs that are available for everybody right now, and we continue with this on this path, well, something crazy is going to have to happen.
As a parent, what do you do if you see, cause for concern, and so you're trying to enroll your child into these programs that are available, but to no avail? Maybe the child goes, and you're a single parent, so you try to get them on the right path, but they just that life that's out there, that this life appears to have more attraction and more and greater influence. What's the next step? You're trying to get them into all of these social programs that are available so that they straighten up themselves, that they kind of get on the right track, help them change their mindset. All of that you're willing to do, you've been trying to do it, but your child is very rebellious and is not willing to even change. They want this lifestyle. What do you do then?
Head to the insurance company. Good morning, caller.
It's like not every parent, I'm sorry, caller, not every parent has totally abandoned, abdicated their duties and have just thrown their hands up in the air. I firmly believe there are parents who are very frustrated at the end of their rope. They've tried this, they've tried that, they've tried the next, and it's still nothing.
I don't know what to tell you. I feel the pain. Yeah. Let's take this call, and then we got to take a break. Good morning, call. You're on the air.
Good morning, Dwight.
Hi.
Good morning, Levine.
Good morning.
Papa, yeah, all right. Dwight, so you're bringing on the president, that's Belinda Wilson for the Teachers Union?
Yeah, she'll be on a little later.
Okay. It sounds like you're talking about something different. I don't know if you're going to be talking
about a mortgage fair coming up.
Yeah. But the police supposed to be going into the primary schools. I was wondering now. Maybe she already said something about it and I missed it. I think it's a good idea for Minister of Education them to be doing that, because I think it starts from there. Although it starts from in the homes, we could catch them in the primary school and maybe do something before they reach the junior high and senior high. What you think? Right?
Got to try everything.
Yeah. That's why I saying to the person who say, the question what you ask, and like what LeWine say, tell Mitchell, he got to try everything. If that's what it takes, you do it. So that's why I listen.
Mr. Mitchell, my chairman as a PLP, a little disappointed because he asking what more could be done. You know, I think right now the Bahamian people don't have no trust in the police force when you talk about crime, and they're the ones who we're supposed to run to rather than taking matters into our own hand, vigilante justice and all of this. And it's so disappointing, different from yesterday, day before yesterday or something. It was reported. I didn't hear you say nothing about it unless I missed it. But Fred Mitchell is saying, today he's saying what more could be done. As a PLP supporter, I want to let him know what more could be done. They can maybe listen to what is being said from the Bahamian people, not just the opposition in Parliament, on having a commissioner inquiry on this probe investigation on the Royal Bahamas Police Force. We can start from there. See, he asking today what could be done. Mr. Mitchell, as a PLP supporter, you're the chairman, I need you to stop talking foolishness. What I mean, see, before you think of the suggestion what people are saying, you rather remind, or if it's something personal with him in the Royal Bahamas Police Force, and that this gentleman who we're supposed to be investigating is the investigator officer who investigated his son. And that's a bunch of craziness. Two wrongs don't make a right. Apple and oranges, although all is fruits. Mitchell's supposed to be defending and talking about how his people getting killed in Foxhill as a representative. But every time someone open their mouth talk about the probe, he talking about throwing a baby away with the bath water. It's bad apples even in politics. And we should weed them out. And as a smart, educated man, it makes me really think twice. In spite of me loving the PLP as a PLP supporter, he need to do better as a chairman and a smart person. Have a commission inquiry, do what we need to do.
That's
you
not
think we need
exactly,
to drive them out because they're killing
calm
people?
down a little bit. I need you to calm down. But that's not exactly going to be his role as a chairman there, right? He was asking the F&M, basically saying they've done everything. They're doing everything they can. And we know situations, but we've got some serious sociological issues that we're not addressing. And it doesn't matter which party is in power, because the attitudes of plenty of our people are extremely warped. And you can see it every day on the streets. All you have to do is look around. And the decision of that fit to try to squeeze in there between those two buses and that car, and to swing around them and then onto the sidewalk. What's that about? You know that person could kill. You know that. And you see that every half mile. Everywhere. Something is very wrong. So we don't have to make it about personalities and individuals. Don't get caught up. Everyone's frustrated and saying things that at the time might seem like, what? But we can tell everybody's taking it seriously, but everybody can't agree on what needs to be done. But if we started to crack down on the little things that happen around here, you'd see a difference. Somebody's not willing to do that. Put CCTV to work. At every single violation, you are getting ticketed, and if you don't pay it, you're facing jail time. Guarantee you will see some changes. Every day on Prince Charles Drive, there's that light at Soldier Road. The light is red for the turning lane. Every day, 2-3 cars will go around the person waiting at the red light to turn. It's amazing. People don't care about the laws in this country. You're 2 steps away from picking up a gun and shooting somebody. This is where we are. Broad daylight. They will run the light and go around the person and look at them like you're an idiot for sitting at this red light. We'll be back after the news, folks. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Living with a neurological condition shouldn't define you. At Cleveland Clinic in Florida, we do whatever it takes to make life better today while discovering new treatments for a brighter tomorrow. From epilepsy management to specialized spine care and brain tumor surgery, we're delivering world-class neurology care for the day-to-day. for the days you live for every care in the world. Visit clevelandclinicflorida.org/Caribbean.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for your smart device. Your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC 422-4796. Standard text rates apply. And now at 8:21, time for another check of your weather for today. Weather brought to you by Sherwin-Williams Paints. Sherwin-Williams Paints got you covered for all your painting and equipment needs. Visit Sherwin-Williams Paints online or in store today. Here's what's going on. We've got a high-pressure system over the western Atlantic, and that's going to continue to influence weather across the islands, maintaining light to moderate easterly to southeasterly winds. This pattern is going to hold through tonight with a gradual increase in moisture expected by Friday as an easterly trough approaches from the central Gulf of Mexico. So that's going to lead to a higher probability of showers and thunderstorms into the weekend and into early next week, particularly for the northwest and central Bahamas. Plus, swells generated from Hurricane Kirk all the way out in the Atlantic will affect eastern-facing beaches, and that's going to increase the risk of rip currents. So, again, isolated to widely scattered showers are possible, especially in the afternoon and evening hours, and some of these may be strong with gusty winds and heavy rainfall. Localized flooding, heavy rainfall events as well. And beachgoers need to exercise caution. As we said, there could be a rip current risk, especially for East Coast beaches and Atlantic exposures. So another hot day in store. We're expecting heat indices to be up in the triple digits and heat advisories in effect between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. UV index is high as well, 8 to 10. And advised to limit outdoor activities and to hydrate. So your forecast for today for the northwest and northern Bahamas, we've got partly to mostly sunny, hot, and humid conditions with a chance of afternoon and evening showers. For the central Bahamas, partly cloudy, hot, and humid, isolated showers and thunderstorms. For the southeast Bahamas, partly to mostly sunny, hot, and humid with a chance of afternoon and evening showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures today hovering around 90, 91 Fahrenheit, 32 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down about 77 Fahrenheit, 24 Celsius. But the heat index today will make it feel like it's at least 102 Fahrenheit, 39 Celsius. For Friday, tomorrow, partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy. Hot and humid with isolated to widely scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Saturday, pretty much the same, partly sunny, hot and humid, isolated showers and thunderstorms. By Sunday, partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy, hot and humid with isolated to widely scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms for the northern and northwest Bahamas. Partly sunny, hot and humid with a few isolated showers in the central and southeastern islands. In the tropics, Kirk, out in the central tropical Atlantic, not an immediate threat to the Bahamas, but Kirk is expected to generate swells that will affect eastern-facing beaches, as we told you, this weekend, and that's going to increase the risk of rip currents. Then there's Tropical Storm Leslie now, recently upgraded and located over the eastern tropical Atlantic. Leslie is not expected to impact the Bahamas at all either. Still watching the Gulf of Mexico, where there's disorganized weather associated with a surface trough that could lead to the formation of a broad area of low pressure late this weekend or early next week. But subsequent tropical or subtropical development could be limited by the system's potential interaction with a frontal boundary. And so there's a low chance now, only about a 30% chance of development within the next 7 days. That is your Morning Blend Weather Check. Weather Check also brought to you by Easy Car Sales. It's the perfect time to choose from a wide range of new EVs in stock at EV City, brought to you by Easy Car Sales, home of the electric vehicle on the highway across from the mall at Marathon. EV City is open every day except Sundays. Take a test drive and discover a better driving experience. Visit easy24.com to find out more. Time for a check of your traffic brought to you by RBC. Find your loan solution with RBC. In real-time traffic, we have got slow-moving traffic on Eastern Road, just east of Fox Hill. If you're heading westbound, straight up to Johnson Road. And Prince Charles Drive at the major intersections, you can be seeing some cars in front of you as well. Especially as you get closer to Robinson Road. Robinson Road not moving from Soldier Road straight through to Old Trail and even on to East-West Highway, Marathon Road. Marathon's busy for you northbound, as is Soldier Road heading back up to Bernard Wolfe and Village Road. Then we've got Independence Drive, both directions, slow-moving traffic, west and eastbound for you between the roundabouts at East-West Highway and East Street and Blue Hill Road and Tawny Glooms Darling Highway. And Blue Hill Road seeing heavy traffic near Zion and Cowpen. And from St. Vincent straight through to that Independence Drive roundabout, especially near Carmichael. And Mile Butler Highway, of course, heavy traffic from Fire Trail straight through to Tawny Glooms Darling Highway if you're heading northbound. Slow-moving traffic both directions on Tawny Glooms Darling Highway as well. Six-legged roundabout also seeing issues, especially on the JFK Drive side eastbound and at Saunders Beach, West Bay Street, slow-moving eastbound traffic near the roundabout with New Providence Highway. Carmichael westbound, also slow-moving and busy to Coral Harbor Road. That's your real-time traffic and your morning blend traffic alert brought to you by RBC. Start a conversation at rbc.com/loan/all of you.
Maybe it's time to explore your options. There's no harm in reviewing your mortgage arrangement and considering a better deal. CIBC Caribbean can help you narrow your search and decide. Switch your mortgage to CIBC Caribbean and enjoy a special interest rate and help towards your switching cost. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/inspired home for more information. Conditions apply.
Planning for retirement can be overwhelming, but with CFAL, it doesn't have to be. We offer tailor-made individual, group, and pension solutions that take the guesswork out of retirement planning. Whether it's for you or your company, don't leave your future to chance and let the trusted hands of CFAL's experts guide you toward low upfront costs and affordable monthly payments make it easy for you to build wealth so you can live well. Visit us at cfal.com to start on your path toward financial freedom. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
Wake up. Craving something delicious and freshly made? Dunkin' has got you covered all day your way. From savory sausage, egg and cheese to crispy bacon, ham, and even tuna. Our sandwiches are made to order just for you. Choose your favorite. Bagels, croissant, toast, or muffin. Whatever you want, we've got it. Whether it's a classic grilled cheese or a hearty club, your perfect sandwich is just a bite away. Dunkin's fresh, made-to-order sandwiches made all day, every day. Only at Dunkin'. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Do you know a fisher who braves the seas every day, bringing home a catch that feeds our communities? Nominate them now for the Anchor Awards, a night dedicated to celebrating the unsung heroes of our waters. On November 16th at the Bahama Resort, we're shining a spotlight on those who make waves, both big and small. Visit the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources Facebook page and click on the link provided to submit your nomination. Let's give our fishers the recognition they deserve. Anchor Awards 2020.
Maybe it's time to explore your options. There's no harm in reviewing your mortgage arrangement and considering a better deal. CIBC Caribbean can help you narrow your search and decide. Switch your mortgage to CIBC Caribbean and enjoy a special interest rate and help towards your switching cost. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/inspired home for more information. Conditions apply.
You can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. I believe every lie that I ever told. Paid for every heart that I ever stole. I played my cards and I didn't fold. Well, it ain't that hard when you got sold. This is my Somewhere I heard that life is a test. I've been through the worst, but I still give my best. God made my mold different from the rest. Then he broke that mold, so I know I'm blessed. Stand up now and face the sun. Won't hide my tail or turn and run. It's time to do what must be done. Be a king when kingdom comes. So you can tell everybody. You can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. So you can tell everybody.
And we are back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Laverne Gardner on this Thursday morning. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to be talking with Bahamar about their Culinary and Arts Festival. And later in business, we are talking with the BUT and the Teachers and Salaried Workers Cooperative Credit Union. They've got a mortgage fair this weekend. And we're going to talk with them about that and a whole lot more coming up. But we continue to talk about what's in the news, and we've been talking about the crime situation and some comments in the House of Assembly and getting your reaction to a lot of these things. And I do want to, as I said, get to this story in the Tribune yesterday with the Director of Public Prosecutions asking the public to trust them when it comes to plea deals. We'll get to that in a second. All right, so some of your text messages, we'll get back to that call in a bit. This person, in response to what Fred Mitchell was saying, pump the brakes, Dwight. Fred Mitchell saying what in the House of Assembly? What do we expect the government to do? See, this is why we need a recall system. That statement is totally incompetent, I think they're trying to say. And foolish. He's out of order. If you can't handle the job, just leave. This is frustrating as a voter, and the only recourse I have at this point is to vote them out. And my Grammy grows up to live and breed the PLP, but they got to go. I really don't think you all are understanding what he was meaning. Right.
That he didn't say, what more do you want us to do? He was saying that they are taking crime seriously and asking the opposition.
Yes. Do you want us to get more drastic? Are you?
You know, and what are your recommendations? Because we are doing X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just be clear.
Right.
He didn't say, oh, what more do you want us to do? That's not what he said.
Everyone's taking it out of context. But, that's a political football there, and people like to toss it around. So that sounds like something you'd want to pick up if you are politically minded, which is unfortunate. This person says here, none of these governments like Bahamians. All they do is borrow and tax and can't see what they're doing with our money. Okay, that's crazy. All right. Between murders and robbery, the town is running wild. Are we going to let the antiquated laws put a black eye on the country? So many are benefiting financially. This must be the only reason why nothing is being done. Mm-hmm. Okay. I have a real issue with people blaming parents for actions of adults. Children are not committing murders. Well, okay. Well, yes, parents play a role, but we are past that. It's now time for the police, the legal system, and members of the parliament to do something. We have been blaming parents, but people have simply lost faith in the justice system. All right, so when people do that, they're saying that you weren't raised properly, right? That you were not taught, you were not properly socialized, you didn't understand the ways that adults are to be interacting with folks. So that's why. And you can see it with some of the kids and the teenagers that something's not connecting. And those people grow up to be wild adults. That's what they mean. So if you go back to the root, the family, the home, that's what they mean. But you can't get tired that there is something to it. There is indeed. But it's not the only thing. It's not the only thing. I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay. Random words. This texter says there are no body cams anywhere that we can see. There's no evidence in the police being concerned about citizens. These politicians make, okay, more just words, no punctuation. I don't know what you're saying, folks, but you're angry. Okay, I get it. What results are we getting from the crime consultants who are being paid? That's a text. Yeah, more complaints about the ambulances being stick shift, manual shift. We are playing with crime here. I say get tough and introduce the electric chair. Wow. The country's lawless and the consequences are weak. I say introduce the electric chair. What are you gonna do with the electric chair? Is what? That's just for the murders or what? For anybody. We need stiffer penalties. Okay. We need to start charging the parents for the small crimes when they are skipping school or coming late. Lock the mother up. Wow. When you've tried everything, turn them over to the state. Vern, I think that was in response to a question you asked earlier. Yeah. We need a strong action plan. At this point, what's happening? Drastic measures must be done. There must be a strong force at the forefront now. There's blatant crime, and then there is the engine that feeds it.
Did a texter say to lock up the mother?
Yeah.
Why? If we're not locking up fathers, let's start locking up men who make these babies and then do not in any way take care of them. How about that?
Hey. Okay. Dwight, the solution is in us, but we are being overtaken by lawlessness because there is no enforcement of anything. So, Dwight, stop blaming law-abiding citizens. We try to do our very best. I wasn't blaming law-abiding citizens. I'm just saying the answer is in all of us, right? But you just sitting over there doing it. Carry on, continue. We applaud you. We applaud you. It's beautiful, and spread the word, right? That it pays to do the right thing, even when there's no one around and the light is red. Well, no, that might be different. But if there are people around and the light is red, for the love of God, don't go through the red light. Which clearly a whole giant portion of our population never learned that. Especially on Prince Charles Drive.
I don't know if they didn't learn it or they just don't.
They don't care.
Just a total disregard. They don't care. Everybody is so focused, and this is not to take away the seriousness of crime, but it's that they're breaking the law. But everybody is so focused on getting where they need, want, would like to go, they will roll over you. I've seen so much just in this past 2 weeks. It's getting worse.
And where is it that they need to go? You know, it's to a fast food restaurant. It's always that.
And I'm saying to myself, we have these roadblocks. We just need patrol police, road traffic police officers just on these streets. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But some there knows the law because maybe there's no one around who is there to catch them in the act.
No consequences.
They know that they could. There's no real consequence.
Yeah.
But it's awful.
And I see that the police are having some. They're going to be at the weekly press briefing talking about CCTV. But I hope to God the reporters ask them, how are you using this in traffic policing? Because this is, honestly, you've got to start here. You will see, I'm telling you, you will see a change if people know there are consequences for it. We have you on camera littering and you got to go to court. Huh? We have you on camera going through that red light. Like, what were you doing? You turned right on a red light. And you were following two other cars who did it, who went around the car that was at the light. So there's no excuse. You're going to think twice about everything you do. But right now you can do it all.
It goes back to what you say, right? If we started cracking down on these little things with very harsh penalties, the maximum penalty, whatever that looks like, that then will spill over into other areas.
Absolutely.
That the law is to be followed and the law is not to see what you could get over, what you could break.
Yeah.
Because you get that feeling.
This text here, conflict resolution classes by trained psychologists in primary and high schools. This is what's needed, right? Required annual parenting classes with required hours for use of government schools. Required therapy hours, just like community service, for high schoolers. And implement capital punishment. Oh, okay, wow. All right, really quickly, just want to try to figure out what's going on with the Department of Public Prosecutions and the AG's office and with these plea deals. That, like why? Well, some of these are strange. Like, I'm sure you could have won this case. Why the plea deal? So this article in the Tribune. Acting Director of Public Prosecutions, Cordell Frazier, urged the public to trust her office as it facilitates plea deals that ease the burden on the judicial system and victims. Her comments explaining what her office considers when making deals coming after some reacted with outrage because a man convicted of raping an elderly woman received only a 9-year sentence as part of a plea deal last week. She said, quote, "First, we have to look at the nature of the offense and conduct an assessment of the sentence guidelines within our jurisdiction for that offense. We then have to consider whether the defendant has any antecedents or actual convictions or similar or the same offense. However, charges are not convictions. The presumption of innocence applies to that. Then consideration must be given to the early plea, which entitles the defendant's sentence by law to be reduced by 1/3. Did you hear that? The early plea entitles the defendant's sentence by law
to be reduced
by 1/3. Well, okay. How nice. The complainant, or in the case of a murder, the next of kin is contacted by the attorney with carriage of the matter, and they're advised of the proposed agreement, and their views are obtained. Plenty of people don't know about that. Anyway,
Right. So they will call that the person pleaded guilty, and this is
what we're considering doing here.
This is what we're considering doing.
What do you think
and
about
then
that?
they get their input. What happens if you do that and the person says absolutely not, no, they need to, what do we do there?
Well, I mean, that there'll have to be an adjustment. She goes on to say, in some instances, they request an impact statement or to be present on the sentencing date. Now, the article says that some called for stiffer penalties for crimes against the elderly after last week's plea deal. Frazier, the DPP, acting DPP, said that generally the law already provides for strict penalties, so amendments are not necessary. She also noted that courts have the authority to determine if a plea agreement is viable before affirming the deal. She says what has to be considered is both the mitigating and aggravating factors coupled with what sentences have been passed by our courts for similar offenses. She says plea agreements are a powerful tool that not only help reduce case backlogs, but also spare victims from reliving traumatic experiences while giving repentant defendants the chance to take full responsibility for their actions. Next is last week who was suggesting that may be one of the reasons you don't want to put an 83-year-old victim through that again by having to give the details of what happened. So Frazier says, quote, "It's a balancing act. We merely ask the public to trust the process and know that the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution is well equipped to carry out its mandate and to uphold the rule of law." So there's some figures here. In the last decade, the office has placed greater focus on plea deals, which are agreements between a prosecutor and a defendant where the accused agrees to plead guilty to a particular charge in return for a concession. There were 41 plea deals in 2016, 96 in 2017, 72 in 2018, 62 in 2019, and 13 in 2020. Last year, there were 44, 24 for armed robbery, 3 for murder, 2 for attempted murder, 3 for unlawful sexual intercourse, 1 for manslaughter, 1 for rape, and 10 for other offenses. All right, we're going to take a break. Later in the show, we can have more to say about that. But just think about it And we'll be back. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
Don't shop at Sherwin-Williams then. Don't get the best service in the Bahamas then.
The love is really, really strong in Sherwin-Williams. We don't just sell paint. We service you with a smile, good hearts, mind, soul, and body. And we love our customers as much as we love ourselves.
Yes, real talk.
I'm not just saying this
Real talk.
to impress myself.
We love to go beyond with customer service. So they feel delighted to come in Sherwin-Williams because they know I can either see Dee Dee, or I can see Shelly, or one of our other wonderful staff members. We treat our customers with the respect of our boss because there are many paint companies they could choose to go to. No, baby. If they go to some other paint companies, so I gonna get this little thing at the end of the week.
We want to make sure you get that little ting, Shelley. Come visit Shelley and Dee Dee at Sherwin-Williams Bahamas, and you'll surely find color in every day.
Doctors Hospital Specialist Clinic is where trusted and best care meets consistency and dedication. Let our expert specialists take you on a healthcare journey where warmth, compassion, and your well-being come first. From diagnosis to prescription, we are with you every step of the way, ensuring your peace of mind. Visit us today at Centerville Medical Center, Collins Avenue and 6th Terrace, and discover quality, compassionate healthcare at Doctors Hospital Specialist Clinic.
All those loans I had were so overwhelming. Fidelity's debt consolidation loan combined all my loan payments into one easy payment with a built-in savings plan that pays me unbeatable interest. It's time to make that move to Fidelity. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Nassau. Get ready for a night you simply won't want to miss. For the first time in over 40 years, experience an evening with Eddie Menace live at the Amphitheater, Nassau Cruiseport on Saturday, October 5th. Tickets are on sale now. Go to ticketboxevents.com or go to the Nassau Cruiseport box office located in the Junkanoo Museum. Joining Eddie on stage, Fran Sean, Gino D, Ira Stoll, and the Higher Level Band. An evening with Eddie Menace live at the Amphitheater, Nassau Cruiseport, Saturday, October 5th. Get your tickets now.
The future of driving is here, and it's electric. Welcome to EV City, Easy Car Sales' new home for electric vehicles. Whether you want an affordable model or a luxury ride, EV City has the perfect electric car for you. Don't just take our word for it. Come test drive the power, the smoothness, and the savings. You'll love electric after just one ride. Cut your driving costs in half and say goodbye to gas stations for good. Visit EV City on the highway through the Solomon Service Road and drive into the future today.
At Wendy's, we are different. We don't just use beef, it's fresh, never frozen. Our burgers are square because we never cut corners. Served hot off the grill with fresh lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and American cheese. We believe in fast food done right. Always serving fresh, never frozen beef. Order a hot, juicy Dave single, double, or triple. Made with fresh, never frozen beef. Now only at Wendy's. Different inside and out.
In paradise, everyone dressed elegant, the ballroom fixed up nice. The meal was served buffet style, you never seen such a spread. And people from many nations, they lined up to be fed. The Englishman, he takes some fish and chips. The American grab fried chicken, tip dish. The Frenchman bypassed the food, he head straight for the wine. The German just click his heel, then Billy played with veal. Along come a Bohemian, mountain on his plate. He act like he never eat before and he ain't to eat no more. He had 5 pieces of chicken, macaroni and cheese, roast beef, pork chop, rice and black-eyed peas. He had cucumber, crack salad too, potato salad and coleslaw, just to name a few. Now where he was, I asked him, say, oh boy, is that all? No, I'll be back for seconds. These plates are far too small. And he had 5 pieces of chicken, macaroni and cheese, roast beef, pork chop, rice and black-eyed peas. He had cucumber,
We are back with Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strong along with Laverne Gardner. And we're changing gears, folks. Happy stuff happening. Bahama Culinary and Arts Festival is almost here. Time is flying by. Here to tell us all about what we can expect this year, we're very pleased to welcome Director of Sales and Marketing, Nadia Bowe. We have Executive Director of Arts and Culture, John Cox. And we have the world-famous Chef Simeon Hall Jr. Welcome back, everybody. Great to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having us.
Good morning. What year are we in now?
Morning.
Third year. Year 3.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Wow. All right. For the few folks who don't know about it, let everyone know what the Bahama Culinary and Arts Festival is all about.
So the Bahamas is the premier event showcasing Bahamian and international culinary arts, music, and visual arts. So this year, we've actually expanded the festival. So we went from 3 days to 6. Oh, wow. So we definitely are bigger and better. And we are super excited to just show everybody what it is that we have to showcase this year.
All right. So what's new? What's now that you're bigger? What have you added?
Well, we've added a brand new celebrity chef. So Manit Shahoon from Chopped. A lot of persons may recognize her. So she's actually a new chef. She's coming down this year. She's actually partnering with Chef Simeon Hall Jr. for one of their events. It is called A Tale of Two Curries. And so it is a signature chef-hosted dinner. And they'll be having that over at Cafe Balud. So that's one of our new things. We've also introduced a staple activity that we have at Bahamar, which is flamingo yoga. So we have an event called Flamingos and Flocktails, and we think that's actually pretty exciting. We're almost sold out of that event, so guys, you definitely need to hop onto that one. But
paint the picture for us. Explain to people what that's all about there.
Well, Flocktails, right? So you come on down, you have wonderful meditative yoga with our ambassadors, which are the flamingos. Definitely. So you're going to be one-on-one with them. And then after that, you can kind of just...
You're not trying to peck people or anything.
I mean, we can't control exactly what they do. But, at the end of the day, it's definitely something where you're going to be able to relax. And then afterwards, you can definitely have some flocktails on us. So that's an exciting event that we're super happy to introduce this year.
Wow. When is that one happening?
So that one is actually going to be on Saturday morning, and that's from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. over at the Rosewood Gardens.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Stretch and then get martial.
Exactly.
Don't
we're all about balance
don't
here.
fall on the flamingo.
No. But we're all about balance.
I love it.
Hey, what type of cocktails are we talking about?
Well, we do have some wonderful mocktails for those of you who don't drink and want to keep, healthy. But we have some curated flamingo-inspired drinks that you can kind of come out there and experience.
Excellent. All right, so let's talk about the art. John Cox, tell us about that.
Yeah, no, we're very excited. Part of the reason that the entire festival is 6 days and not 3 is because the first 3 days there, and that's huge for us. So last year was a big, big effort. We had 20 booths with 7 countries represented. So what we're trying to work towards is being like the art Basel for the Caribbean.
Wow.
So it's about Bahamian art, but largely it's about the region and not 100%. I mean, we do have some other galleries coming from other spaces, but so this year we have 14 countries represented, and we have over 40 exhibitors. We're going to have 38 booths in the tent. And we're going to be in a standalone tent this time, a really, really nice pavilion that's going to have programming every single day. So we're really, really excited about that and really working dovetail with the culinary part of it is going to be really, really amazing. But we have galleries from Cuba, from Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago. We have galleries from the United States, Barbados, Canada, Nigeria, St. Martin, Aruba, Martinique, Curacao, Bermuda, and Mexico.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Yeah, we're trying to get there.
Wow.
It's a huge pavilion, guys.
It's huge.
Yeah, this is getting... I can see this is going to be 2 weeks soon, right?
Please don't say that. I think my boss is listening. We keep saying we're getting bigger and better, but now we just want to say we're getting better and better.
Yeah, we're better.
Yeah.
That's great stuff. All right, Chef Simeon Hall Jr.
Hey.
Tell us about the food.
Well, I'm so excited because the team at Bahama is so creative, so innovative, and so inclusive. And so I'm glad to be back for a third year. In the Bahamas, 3 straight is a big deal. So we come in to bring the noise and to show off and make sure everybody knows that we're super represented. And so our events and everybody's events are curated to make sure that we have everybody. And we want people to not just want to do one event, but to do them all, and to want to see and be a part of the art equally as much as they want to be a part of the food.
Right.
And so everything that we're doing, everything that I'm a part of, it's been so amazing to work with this team. Every year it's getting better, not just from, an audience standpoint, but from a participant standpoint as well. And, that's really good. And this year we've added a few more Bahamian persons in the mix. We have mixologists. Our famous mixologist, Marv, is going to be there.
That's right, Mr. Mix.
And then I'm also working with a guy named Carl Franz to do a barbecue event.
Okay.
And then Taste of Two Curries. When I heard that name, I got excited. And you know me, I got to make sure that I don't carry on too bad. But
tell us about that. What's that all about?
So what Chef Manit, her background is Indian. And so she is doing traditional Indian, and I'm doing traditional Caribbean style with emphasis on Bahamian curry.
Okay.
And so she's
it's like a little competition?
No, we don't compete at this stage. We just bring the flavors and make sure everybody's going to have a good time. So we've done I think it's a 4-course menu. She's doing 2 and I'm doing 2.
Okay.
And so obviously, we're super excited to work with the chefs and the team. Treat us so well. And their emphasis on food and beverage, I say this all the time, the emphasis on food and beverage is unmatched in this region. And so that's why I like to do it.
Oh, all right. So this is a lot happening. Give us the schedule, what people need to do, how they need to be a part of this. How do you buy tickets?
We'll
all
let
those
Nadia
things.
talk to that because
It's a lot, right?
I just going to say, just come to Bahamas,
just
check in on the 21st and
Just
check
for the 6 days.
And we're good.
Right.
So our festival starts from October 22nd, and it spans until the 27th. You can find all of the information on festival.bahamar.com. So everybody can head on over there, and that's where all of the ticket sales are. Tickets for events start from $50 plus VAT and up. We have an amazing weekend pass deal where you do have the ability to purchase either gold or platinum, and that actually includes access to our Welcome Beach Party, which features a performance by the Sir Rod Stewart. So you cannot miss that. That is an exciting welcome event for everybody that's involved, and you get to taste all of your SLS favorite restaurants out there, Habe Beach, and that's going to be featuring Karna, Cleo, Philia. We also have a representation from Marcus out there, from Marcus Fish and Chop House. And then after that, you can actually select a signature chef-hosted dinner of your choice on Saturday, which would obviously, you can choose the Tale of Two Curries with Chef Simeon Hall Jr.
That ain't sell out yet?
I mean, just
That
saying.
might be then gone.
We're close. And then all day on Saturday and Sunday from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., you can head on over to the Fuse Art Pavilion and the Culinary Expo, where you can actually spend all day out there, and you can see different artists showcasing their works. And you also will have some artisans out there, such as House of Assembly. We also have some food vendors out there that are your favorites, such as the New Duff. We have Bakehouse, Mutterfreeze. Wow. So the Fuse and Culinary Expo over at the Convention Center is a huge deal. It is a bang for your buck if you definitely purchase the weekend pass, and that starts at about $5.99 plus VAT. But considering all that you're getting the concert, you're getting a signature chef-hosted dinner,
that
and you're
includes the
getting
concert with that one.
everything.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And you get 2 days of nonstop food and beverage. I mean, come on. You can't beat that.
Yeah, we're really excited about the programming for the first couple of days. We have art talks, tours in the pavilion every single day. We also have, so one of the things that I'd like to say is, so art fairs normally are built on galleries, right? Like built around galleries, and then galleries pick the artists that they want to be in the fair. But because we're developing a Caribbean art fair, we're kind of taking what we understand are the best structure, and we are building it based on our own ecosystem. So we have galleries represented, as well as individual artists represented, as well as certain types of institutions represented. So we have a university component, like a tertiary education component. So we have UB's Pro Gallery, which is amazing. So you can have like that high level student work. We also have Ontario College of Art and Design. They're graduate students. They have a lot of Caribbean students in their program. So they're going to have a booth and they're going to have, their presentation in their booth, but they're also running workshops. And so for me, the arts are important. I include the culinary arts in the art, capital A, art with an S.
Mm-hmm.
So we also have music on our side as well. We have a film. There's a documentary made by Kevin Taylor about Joseph Spence.
Okay.
So that's amazing. We have a music presentation by Chris Justillion. We have people. We just really, really trying to get people in here, and school groups are welcome on those early days on that Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. You can book a tour for your school to come through. And we just really, 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 really want to expose this to people as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like we're building this thing out. This is a long game, y'all. This is not like, we don't get to brag just yet. This Rome takes a while to build. So the structure takes a minute to lift this. And people like Nadia, who I think we should just praise Nadia for a moment.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nadia's at the head of this team, along with all these other folks from marketing and people from my team and then the greater Bahama, the sport we get. Like, it is not an easy, simple exercise to pull this thing off. So, I'm humbled to be alongside Nadia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I hope everybody's listening and just I feel like that's going to be my one compliment to the air.
Well, John, you mentioned Art Basel, and people go every year to that. Are you seeing that return repeats
for Art Basel
for your event now?
Well, I mean, we're in
year
year 3. So Fuse is this is year 2 for Fuse. So yes, I mean, last year was very heavy. We anticipated it will be more populated, so we look forward to that.
Okay.
Just to give you some context of what we're playing around with, right? It's different, a little bit of apples and oranges, right? But if we think about I'm affiliated with the National Art Gallery as well, and we really want to increase visitorship. National Art Gallery is also going to have a presence at Fuse as well. Over the course of a year, the National Art Gallery has a number of transient walk-in guests, which may equal something around 10,000 people, right? Over the course of the year. If you look at an art fair that takes place during Art Basel Miami Beach, like Scope, which is another art fair that we have a collaboration with ongoing, they have 100,000 people go to Scope in 6 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is like a hospitality conversation. It's not really about art. This is about a paradigm shift. If we could start to rearrange expectations of what this country is about, people will start coming here, will start filling heads in beds, it'll start filling up restaurants, it'll start transportation companies will start happening because of the culture.
Yep.
And culture is the thing that I think, in my opinion, needs to take the lead to shift this thing around. It's not about like, how many pennies can we look at or that kind of thing. That's a shallow, narrow perspective. If we start to move culture to the front and really, really get serious about it.
Even with the crime that we were talking about earlier, right?
I think it could completely out. Half these dudes who are involved in crime need to be involved in culture.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So
And they probably are talented.
Extremely
talented. Right. So
we could change everything. So people are asking, what can we do? Focus on the orange economy. We keep talking about it, but are we really doing it?
Yeah, this is what we need to do. And Bahama is hugely supportive of me.
Ginormous. Bigger and better.
Yeah. They probably can cook too, some of these guys,
Well,
right?
and to piggyback on what John said, I told some of the team members yesterday, I'm now getting inbox from international chefs asking how can they get involved in this event. So for most chefs who participate in events, you create a calendar. And there are some events that attract you to participate in. And I was super pleased to realize that this is now on some people's to-do list.
Excellent.
And so when John is talking about this becoming a regional celebrated event such as Art Basel, you're looking at that from both sides as well.
Yeah.
And we all know components of culture, food and art.
Yeah.
Those are two of the biggest components. And so Bahama is doing a very, very good job. And I think people who support me, people who support eating well and support the arts definitely need to come out and I know Bahamians like to wait last minute, but this ain't no last minute.
No, we have a couple of events sold out
so
already.
if you was and start signing up.
Yeah, and now you're seeing the hotel room bookings up during this period as well?
Definitely. We've seen an uptick in room bookings as well over the weekend for the festival. We have a lot of trip-ins, and we're super excited about that. But as Simeon said, we do want to expose our local community to everything that we have going on as well. So come on down, support. Again, go to festival.bahamar.com. You'll see all of the information there, the full schedule of everything we have going on, starting from Tuesday all the way to Sunday. It's something that you cannot miss. Yeah. And we are just super excited to bring it back for a third year.
Excellent stuff. This is great, and I mean Rod Stewart too.
Exactly, Sir Rod Stewart. Now, okay, yes. He has a title.
Get it right. Nadia Bowe, John Cox, and Simeon Hull Jr. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Looks like it's going to be a great time. Again, October 22nd through 27th. And let me get the name right. The Bahamas Culinary and Arts Festival.
Correct.
At Bahamar.
That's right. Presented by Bahamar.
Presented by Bahamar. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
All right, we're going to break for news and be back with Morning Blend Business here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Rod Stewart to send us out. Stay with us, folks.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Do you know a fisher who braves the seas every day, bringing home a catch that feeds our communities? Nominate them now for the Anchor Awards, a night dedicated to celebrating the unsung heroes of our waters. On November 16th at the Bahamar Resort, we're shining a spotlight on those who make waves, both big and small. Visit the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources Facebook page and click on the link provided to submit your nomination. Let's give our fishers the recognition they deserve. Anchor Awards 2024.
Are you ready to be inspired? Get ready for the events of the year. Inspire Her 2024 is back and better than ever. Join us at the luxurious Atlantis Hotel Paradise Island on October 10th for an evening filled with inspiration, empowerment, and connection. Hear from leading women activists, entrepreneurs, CEOs, and more as they share their stories, insights, and wisdom. Get tickets now in the Alive Events app. Corporate packages and vendor opportunities are also available. Inspire Her 2024 Women's Conference, October 10th. Seeing you there.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
The views and opinions of the host and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Thursday, October 3rd, 2024. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan along with Laverne Gardner. And this morning we are talking about the Mega Home and Auto Show that the Teachers and Salary Workers Cooperative Credit Union and the Bahamas Union of Teachers have come together to put on, and they're calling it a family reunion. And we're very pleased to have the general manager of the TWSCCU, Byron Miller, and the president of the Bahamas Union of Teachers, Belinda Wilson, in studio with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great to have you all with us.
Morning, Bahamas. Good to be here.
Belinda Wilson, I haven't seen you in the studio in years, but we talk all the
It's a
time.
pleasure for me to be here face to face.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but good to see you in person. And Byron Miller, good to see you again.
Good to see you, Dwight.
All right, so where do we begin? There's a lot. Let's talk about the Teachers and Salary Workers Cooperative Credit Union.
Yeah.
Let people know what you're all about.
That's why I want to let all Bahamians know. Credit unions hold a unique place in the hearts and minds of Bahamians. We meet the needs of thousands of Bahamians across the archipelago. We are not a bank, but we are very much a financial institution. Institutions that are regulated by the Central Bank of the Bahamas to deliver financial solutions to Bahamians. We have mothers who have sent their children off to college, husband and wives, brothers and sisters that have acquired wealth, built homes off of credit unions.
Wow.
And the methodology is such a powerful one, people helping people. And so today we're here to partner financially with the Bahamas Union of Teachers for wealth empowerment, wealth growth, wealth acquisition for teachers, librarians, guidance counselors, and Bahamians at large.
Yeah.
To
So
demonstrate
you do
that
not
we're
have
here.
to be in education to...
No.
Okay.
No. In
Tell
fact,
us more about that.
There are 6 credit unions in the Bahamas, all catering to the entire Bahamian population. You do not have a Teachers and Salaried Workers Cooperative Credit Union. You do not have to be a teacher. Now, teachers gave birth to the Teachers and Salaried Workers Cooperative Credit Union. Right. We came out of the belly of the Bahamas Union of Teachers back in 1977. We have a rich history with educators, and we morphed and grew over the years to be a multi-million-dollar enterprise based on an initial deposit of $90.
Oh, wow.
Small people doing big things.
Yeah.
And so the credit union for our nation, our credit union, is deliberate in making people or putting people in a position to win financially. And you know what? We don't even charge you those fees.
Wow. Okay. I want to ask you about that in a bit as you see the big headline in the Nassau Guardian today.
There you go.
But how many members do you have now? Or
members? We have just about 22,500 members.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Quite
All right.
sizable.
So still a lot of people don't understand how credit unions work. So let's, if you can, explain that concept. You're not a bank, as you said, but tell us what makes you different from a bank.
Well, first of all, our members are owners, right? You initially come in, you purchase shares, you become an owner in the credit union and in the philosophy of credit unionism. And from there, you start your savings. We're about savings and lending. So we are loaning those funds back out to our members in order to move them ahead 1 notch, 2 notches in terms of their financial goals. The credit union concept is very simple. People helping people to help themselves. All right? And we don't report to big stakeholders and financiers and investors. We report to our members who are people like you and me on the street who decide, I want to be a member of Teachers and Salaried Workers Cooperative Credit Union or any credit union in the Bahamas for that matter. Because I believe that it is a concept that can help me, can help my family, can help us to achieve our goals. So we are a financial partner with Bahamians. We help you with your mortgages. We help you with your car loans. We help you with your medical loans. If you need a vacation, you're getting married, anything, we help you with. All right. And so we're positioned to help the community to succeed.
Okay. So if you're on a family island or if you're on Grand Bahama like Laverne, is there anything that your entity can do?
Yeah, absolutely. We're in Grand Bahama, by the way.
There's one right in Grand Bahama.
Okay.
That's right. We're in Grand
I'm big
Bahama.
on credit union.
Yeah. All right. All right.
And Abaco as well.
I believe in credit union.
Yeah, there you go. And you have people who are just lovers of credit unions. They don't bank with the banks. They bank with credit unions. We offer services that the banks offer. We have our international debit card that works like a dream, Dwight. We have our online banking platform. Our mobile banking is available. You can access your accounts. We offer the convenience of remote banking. And we're expanding. We're expanding into areas, and you'll be hearing from us in the near future as to what our expansion plans are, because Bahamians will stand to benefit. We know that the banks are pulling out of certain areas. And so there are opportunities now for credit unions to step up and to step in. And we're doing that.
Excellent. All right. So the headline in the paper today: Central Bank issues direction on bank fees. Right. People have been complaining about the banks mainly, but all financial institutions. People are concerned about fees and rising fees. Right. So the central bank is calling for greater transparency. Let's talk about that from the credit union perspective and what that means to you all.
Transparency means I will tell you what my fee structure is, and I won't hide it from you. I don't hide anything in the fine print. We are a non-profit. We're a non-profit organization, which means that what we make, we give back to our members. Our fees, we have nothing to hide, Dwight. Our fees are posted on our corporate website. Okay. Go to TSWCCUL.org, and you can look at our fees, and you can see they're relatively flat compared to what's happening otherwise. Right. We earn interest. That's it. That's our key revenue driver. And the more we lend to our members, the more revenue we get, and the more we're able to give back to our members. And so we are very transparent, and you'll find the credit unions are transparent because, again, we're a blue-collar organization, and we believe in helping out the average man.
Okay. Just curious. Laverne and I were questioning this one requirement that the central bank is going to have about the institutions disclosing the comparable costs or fees for their competitor. I mean, it's a little... What do you think? We thought that was odd.
Yeah, it is strange because given the fact that you have institutions that are already charging excessive fees, one of two things can happen, Dwight. Either that's a motivator for me to charge more fees because I'm realizing that more people out there, more institutions are charging more on the services that I'm offering, or you have the fact that there is, for a lot of our members that are coming into us from the banks, the concern is that, boy, my bank is just taxing me into oblivion. And so the idea is that you have the transparency, but I don't understand the technicalities behind wanting to have a comparative study. It's not further, but...
I mean, shouldn't that be up to the customer to go and do that research?
That is correct. And which is why I believe the central bank made it a requirement for banks and credit unions to post their fee structures online so that they can be readily available for persons looking around for price-sensitive solutions.
Yeah. It's interesting. We'll see how this goes.
We'll see.
Yeah. All right. So, Belinda Wilson, Bahamas Union of Teachers. Do you know how many of your members are with the Teachers and Salary?
I think we have a large number of our members, maybe but more than 1,000.
Well over 1,000.
Excellent.
Yeah, well over 1,000 of our members are members of the Teachers and Salaried Workers Cooperative Credit.
So tell us more about the relationship today. They came out of the BUT, but what is it like?
Okay, so the baby is now saying thank you to the mother. And to the tune of $20 million that has been allocated exclusively for members of the Bahamas Union of Teachers. And so this $20 million is allocated to empower our teachers and our members for their quest for homeowner debt consolidation, vehicles, education, and more. So we're very happy that on August the 20th, we were able to sign a memorandum of understanding between the Bahamas Union of Teachers and their child, the Teachers and Salaried Workers Cooperative Credit Union. And so we thought to solidify it by having a fair on Saturday at the grounds of the credit union. Right. So we are expecting hundreds of our members to come to the fair along with their family members. And we will have a number of companies, and if I may.
Absolutely.
So the Bahamas Union of Teachers, definitely we will be there. We're the host, along with the Teachers Salaried Workers Cooperative Credit Union, and they will be the only financial institution at this fair. Colina will be there, and their lead is Greg Barnaby and Keno McCartney. We have Cedric Parker & Co., the lawyers. So Colina, your insurance, all of your insurance needs. You have Cedric Parker & Co., so Miles Parker and his team, they will be there. So you need the legal ramifications of your loan and what the conveyance is, etc. You will have all your questions answered from them. TDG Architects Limited, so that's Carlos Hepburn and Lindira Fowler will be there.
Okay.
And they, if you don't want the regular or what someone else may have, then the architects are there to draw your plan or show you samples of houses. And let me not only say houses, because the credit union is going to finance up to 5 plexes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So we did not forget your friends, Easy Car Sales. So Rosanna Johnson will be there to represent them, and that's the EV, the electrical vehicles. But we also have Friendly Ford. So Stephanie Johnson and her team will be there. We have Sandpin Motors, Mr. Moses, Miss Taylor and their team. We have Donald's Furniture. So Tracy Godet and her team. Furniture Plus, Kenny Mondesera, along with his people, they will be there. Furniture Plus, Donald's. We have Stone Oak, Bahamas Developers and Landscaping. So that's Maria and Stop Shop. Right. So from ground up, straight to the landscaping. So they will be there. Arawak Homes. So Theus Fountain, Carla Pitkin, Ayana Store. They will be there to represent Arawak Homes. You know, Arawak Homes has a large portfolio of or properties throughout the Bahamas. So we're looking forward to them. We have Royalt Development Company. That's Dewey Taylor and his company. And their company has a new way of building with a different type of material. So we'll be introduced to another type of material for building. Carlisle Realty Limited, so that's Carlisle Campbell and his team, they will be there. Bahamas Realty Limited, that's Philip Camp and his team. So that's the properties and real estate, and you may have distress homes, etc., that will be available. We have Govia Investment, so that's Ramon Bonamy. So he deals with the heavy trucking. So definitely, if you're building, you need the trucks to move your material from one place to the next. So he would look at all of those needs along with landscaping. We have All Island Builders. So that's LaFrance Williams. She will tag team with Pat Strawn, appraiser, Ray Culmer, appraiser, plus they have properties that are available. So we have Private Fire and Protection Limited, that's Elvis Clark, a contractor. Smith's Construction and Chain Link Fencing, that's Wellington Smith and Co. We have Forbes Construction, that's Mr. Forbes, he bought houses. We have Super Green Solar. We did not forget solar, especially with all the challenges we're having with BPL and the power outages. Yes, Laverne. Yes, the Grand Bahama, we know that the electricity is going off there also. So the Super Green Solar, and that's Philip Feller and Luke. So those are the companies. Now we have Tropical Gyros. It's going to be coming because you need food. You're going to be there from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. With the beauty, we're also going to have our snacks, little wings and soft drinks, etc. And we're going to have a kiddies corner. So teachers, all of you are attending, even if you're not a member of the Bahamas Union of Teachers, if you're not a member of the credit union as yet, if you're just Joe Public out there, come. You're welcome. Yes. We're opening the doors and the gates to everyone. So
this is a one-stop shop.
So we have the Bouncing Feet Party Rentals Company, and the BUT will have a little snow cones and hot dogs and popcorns for the children. Now listen now. Yeah, so while you are getting the house, you're getting the vehicle, you're getting the property, you are getting your appraisals, you're getting your educational loans, your consumer loans, you are switching loans, you are consolidating. So while you're doing all of this, we'll keep an eye on the children. Y'all know we're good at that. We do that from Monday to Friday, all year round. So Saturday, bring the children, we'll keep them, and we're making sure that we keep everyone one-stop shop, so you move from one place to the next. And what is really so good too is pre-approvals will be done on the spot. So the credit union will be open. They will be able to speak with all of the credit union agents and officers, so you would know what it is that you can be pre-approved for, which assists you with speaking to the various vendors, because you would know what your range is for funding for your project. So I'll pause right now.
I just love the energy.
Yeah, that's a lot. So it's a fair. This is almost a festival you're having out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Music.
To bring
And-
anything with you?
Yes, we gave out a whole list of, it's a list of documents that you would need to bring. The list is longer than the vendors, actually. So we've sent it out already to all of our teachers throughout the Bahamas. So I've actually compiled a list. So it's like 11 pages we have so far, and some it's adding. So we have over 300 teams throughout the Bahamas that have interests in homes, property, vehicles, educational loans, consumer loans, etc. We expect that to grow, because I still have 10 schools, shop sales. I'm going to be calling you today, you know it. So we still have about 10 schools that we have not gotten a list from. So just a little nudge or a reminder. So I believe that definitely that number will grow. And this is really a dream come true for me, because from 2009, when I was first elected as the president, the first year, we had a mortgage fair actually at BUT's grounds. And from there, we only had about 14 or 15 of our members who actually got properties or homes. So I'm really expecting a large number of our members to qualify to be pre-approved, and no better time than Saturday, October the 5th, World Teachers Day.
Okay, well, there you go.
So we're giving them the best gift that they can ever get.
That's amazing.
Home ownership, security, and
Mm-hmm.
investment for you and your family.
Excellent.
If I'm not a teacher, but I'm interested in becoming a homeowner, what would I need to bring with me to you to see how much I would qualify for?
Oh, she pressing me for this long list. I can find the list, and I'm going to read it.
You find the list.
Yeah, go to another question.
Or if it's on the website.
We want to hear it. Actually, it's a great question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe some people
Let me tell you.
are not teachers.
Yes.
wanna know.
Yeah.
Well, what we can do, we need to take a break anyway.
Yeah.
So let's take the break, and
we'll do the list.
Belinda and Byron will get that list together.
We got it.
And we'll get it to your question, Laverne. This is Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. We're getting details about the mega. We're going to get that list. Oh, yeah, that is a long list. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back in just a bit.
At CFAL, we understand that a secure future is the greatest gift you can give your employees. That's why our tailor-made group pension solutions are designed to fit the needs of both large and small companies. With CFAL, you can provide the retirement you and your employees deserve, ensuring peace of mind and financial stability for years to come. Join the many businesses that have already entrusted CFAL to create the right pension plan for their employees, and let us help you build a brighter future for your team. Visit us at cfal.com to get started on building wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
You are invited to the 6th Caribbean Baseball Cup at the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium, October 23rd through 28th, 2024. Bringing the action will be the national teams from Cuba, Curacao, Dominican Republic, U.S. Virgin Islands, St. Martin, and Team Bahamas. There will be 3 games daily from October 23rd to 27th, and the championship gold and bronze games on October. You miss it. The 6th Caribbean Baseball Cup at the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium. Save the date, set your alerts, and be there.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Nassau, are you ready for November 2nd? Because we are ready!
Hi, this is KB, and I will be performing live.
Break and Scrape Explosion. Reloaded.
This is the one and only Fan John letting y'all know that yours truly will be performing.
Oh yeah, this your boy D-Mac, and I'll be performing live.
Keep the vibe alive, music grew, and Alpha Sounds Promotion invites you to the biggest Rake and Scrape concert of the year.
And you thought they was gonna leave me out?
Saturday, November 2nd at Super Club Breezes Ground.
It's me, Mama D.
This is Wilfred Solomon.
Yo, it's your boy Ron.
It's your boy Elliot from the New Breed Band.
The biggest artist of the 242.
It's your boy Shine 242. Hey, it's Sherrod Taylor.
It's your boy Johnny K.
Falcon Sugar.
It's your boy DJ Rev.
It's me now, Funky D. This is your girl Nishi Out Us, aka Miss Loose Me.
Hey there, this is Freak on Beat.
Hey, this is Cheeto D, and I will be performing live.
Hey, it's me, Julian Belize.
Tickets available at the Beauty Shack and BahamasEtickets.com. The countdown is on. Rake and Scrape Explosion. Best of the best.
We are back with Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Laverne Gardner. Belinda Wilson, I saw you moving just now.
I'm excited.
You going to Rod Stewart? You going? Okay. Belinda Wilson of the BUT and Byron Miller, General Manager of the Teachers and Salaried Workers Cooperative Credit Union. All right, so you got the list.
We have the long list, and the manager has just saved us from the long list. And for Saturday, for the pre-approvals, just four things. And I think these are easy.
Okay.
So you should have the information on your outstanding debt. You should have proof of your income. So know what your salary is, what amount you would like to borrow, and you should know your age. Because age is tied to like the length of the mortgage.
All right, so the first one, you get
Well,
it from
just
the
an
credit
idea.
bureau, or what do you do?
Yeah, just a ballpark figure. Okay, listen, I pay out $600 in loan payments and credit card payments a month. This is a rough estimation, and we're able to give you then the pre-approval based on what you're giving us. But pre-approval is just that. Well, it's conditional, and it's not binding. We're just saying to you, this is what you appear to qualify for. Look for something in this bracket, and you should be okay.
All right, so Belinda said something earlier about, you want to go on, Laverne? I'll get bit. Yeah, you go, Laverne.
Sorry. Okay. The second thing was, I have two parts, so I'll do that and then invite you to go ahead. The first thing, the first part, the second part is, what do you consider proof? What would you accept as proof of salary? And when you say conditional, does that mean, and I'm just saying this so the public understands, let's say you have someone who's not completely forthcoming with the amount of debt that they may already have, then is that something that you verify through the credit agency?
Yes, but again, the pre-qualifying is simply a process where we're saying, based on the information that you've delivered to me today, it appears as though you would qualify for this amount binding. Okay, because we know that conditions can change. Persons forget that they may have a credit card that they did not pay in the last 5 years or whatever.
Can I just say, I love how you said
How do you forget that? It happens.
Oh, okay.
It happens. Yeah.
You go with that.
Wow. But we do pull down, once we have moved to the application stage after the pre-qualification stage, we would then pull down your credit report from the credit bureau. Mm-hmm. All right, and that provides the full landscape of where you are with your obligations to financial institutions.
Okay, all right. Oh, so Belinda, you said something really about consolidating, and if you're thinking about this, tell us about that process.
Yeah, we leverage at the credit union. Again, it's about people helping people. We want to help Bahamians to move on to the next level, to achieve financial milestones. We know where people are. We know where Bahamians are. We're not like a foreign entity in the Bahamas. We are the Bahamas. We understand our people. We understand that our people have to have a car loan, a vacation loan, a credit card, and maybe another loan. We know that. We know where the loans are. And so the consolidation concept is really set to, into one neat package, reduce the amount that you're paying out in cost and interest so that you can plan more substantially to acquire more powerful assets, such as real estate and home. So if you are a person out there listening to us, and it is your goal to purchase a piece of real estate in the next 5 years, we provide the financial counseling. And we will say to you, okay, consolidate that debt. For the next few years, remain on this discipline. Let's bring everything together for you. Commit to no further debt until we can get you to the point.
Right.
All right, so let's pull that debt together, offer you a rate that's very competitive. I'll tell you, Dwight, again, we're nonprofit. And let us keep you on that path toward home ownership.
Are there lots of fees with transferring your loan from one institution to your credit union?
Listen, fees, again, we are not fee driven. Like others, we do not charge you fees. There is a small application fee, just for taking the time for our lender to sit there and to write up that application and to get it through the process. Okay. Other than that, and you'll see that our application fee changed in more than 7 years. Okay. And so again, we're looking at the blue collar worker, people who work hard for their money, and they don't need to be paying it out unnecessarily.
Yeah. We have a texter asking about rates, mortgage rates, and I guess we can ask about interest rates as well. What can you tell us about that?
Yep. Our rates are very competitive. We're starting at 4.75 and we go up to 6.75. Again, it represents a change in the dynamic of credit unions where we move from those high-priced credit products and we have managed costs down so that we can offer cheaper borrowing solutions to our members.
Excellent. Wow. All right. So for somebody who's been on the fence, tied to one of those institutions that they've been around
sounds like you, Dwight.
for hundreds of years, they've been around. But
and your father was one of the first set of members. So in his honor,
are you shaming me now?
Publicly,
Yes,
you should join the Teachers and Salaried Workers Cooperative Credit Union.
Thank you very much. Wow, Laverne, you heard that?
I heard that. But let's just say it's not Dwight. Let's just say, can I come out on Saturday? And I don't want to get a car or anything, but I've heard this now and I'm interested in becoming a part of this credit union.
All are welcome. All are welcome. Yes, the application forms.
My initial deposit.
Oh, the initial investment is $268.
Okay.
And we don't call it a fee. Like I indicated earlier, Laverne, when you become a member of the credit union, you are an owner. Okay, so the first $250, real quickly, covers your purchase of shares. Okay, and then the remaining $13 covers your membership for the year and your ID card. All right, and the payment of VAT. We want to pay the VAT, right? So, but we are very much focused on empowering. I cannot say this enough. Empowering Bahamians. And while we're at it, our Abaco and Freeport branches as well are ready. We will not be having fairs there, but our managers are ready to receive you Monday through Friday. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So again,
And do you require us to, like, once I've opened my account, am I required to pay a specific amount a month? You know,
Yes.
come in
Now,
and
the
deposit
credit
a
union
specific
concept
amount?
is, yes, Laverne, so you save and you borrow. That's the concept. You save and you borrow. So we encourage members to save $50 a month, very small, and you'll be amazed to see how
Yes.
that builds over a period of time. All right.
say that number again. It's how much?
$50 a month.
That's all you're
Dwight will be
required
there
to put
Saturday.
on.
Dwight's
You
gonna be there
deposit
Saturday.
that
Go ahead.
each
every
month.
month. Yes, $50 a month.
Yeah.
Okay, and you watch that bill and you're able to borrow. And what that does, Dwight and Laverne, is it allows you to build that small nest egg and to borrow at even more cheaper rates of interest because your loan is now either partially secured or totally secured. So you're borrowing at a very low rate. Okay, so more money stays in your pocket. Plus, you're getting your interest and dividends from the credit union every November.
So if you put in a bigger initial amount, are you still required to put in the 50 each
Yes,
month?
we would want you to keep that going as well.
Okay.
Right.
Wow. And at what point would you be able to start borrowing?
We don't hold off. It's a risk-based borrowing concept, and we are very much engaged in looking at our members' plans, their landscape, and making credit decisions with them.
Are there any other benefits that to being a part of the
absolutely. You have life insurance, insurances covering your deposit. So we have the deposit insurance. It typically covers any financial institution, but your money is sitting in a financial institution. And you also have what we call life protection. LPLS, life savings. If you have and you're saving money in our share program and you pass, we double your money up to $25,000. That's with all credit unions. This is why I'm telling you it is an excellent concept.
Worthwhile.
Yes, and this is wealth in a package coming to you as a Bahamian. We have the we protect your savings. We have reduced our interest rates, as I would have pointed out before, in line with competitors. In some instances, we are right there with them. And then we talk about the technology, the technological platforms. We're in the process of upgrading. And so what you're going to see, innovative business machinery that represents the needs of its members. That's going to be first world.
Wow. Okay, right. And I think you might have said, but interest rate on savings.
Yes.
What can you again?
Yeah. So our interest rates, we I think it's 0.75% up to 1.5%. But Dwight, here's the thing, because our board is very much minded to empower Bahamians. So again, we're working hard to increase that amount every year. And our commitment as management is to increase that payout every year. Unlike the other fellas who are looking at ways to decrease, we are looking at ways to increase.
Wow.
But you also have to remind him of the philosophy, because it's people helping people to help themselves.
That is right. That is right. So
this not for profit.
No, that's correct. Yeah. And so you talk about the ASU concept, you know, that Bahamians were used to. Take that and put that on steroids. That's your credit union.
Right. Excellent stuff. All right. Time's going
Dwight,
quickly.
what time are you going
Right.
down
I
on
gotta plan my schedule now. So remind folks about Saturday one more time. Let people know what time it starts, where exactly.
Saturday, October the 5th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Teachers and Salaried Workers Cooperative Credit Union. We are on East Street South on Independence Drive.
That white building that you always drive
East
by.
Street South on Independence Drive. And we do have the banners are up, so they will see the banners. We will be there from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So teachers,
You're gonna,
there are four entrances.
Okay, so
we have it laid
you
out.
have it-
We
you have it set
mapped
up,
it
yes.
out,
Okay.
and we're
I'm ready
keeping
for
it like tight in
Yeah.
a semi-circle, so we can almost
It's gonna
see
be fun.
everyone.
It's going to be fun.
Yes.
It's going to be good.
So please come out, especially our members. So teachers aides, guidance counselors, librarians, come out. If you've left the Bahamas Union of Teachers, come back home. Come back home and enjoy these benefits. If you've not joined the credit union this year, in fact, last month made 30 years that I've been a member of this credit union. I joined this credit union the first week of September in 1994. The building was on By AG Electric, Jerome Avenue.
That's right.
I think I still have my ID. Yeah, so please, y'all come out. No hindrances. Just come, and like we say, we're gonna keep the children. We're gonna have a little music there. We'll have food, and you'll have all of the various vendors. And we want to say thank you. Once we touch base with them, it was okay. We're on board.
Yeah.
So I hope that this will not only be successful for the credit union and for the BUT, but that the members will get the full benefit, and those companies that have extended themselves to come with us on Saturday, that they will also profit from this. $20 million is at stake.
There you go.
So we want to make sure that our members tap into all of that.
And Dwight, just to remind the public, you don't have to have it now in order to start the conversation. Come in and talk.
Right.
All right. Let us help you in that conversation, in that planning. Okay. It may not happen this year or next year, but we can put you on that path. But start talking.
And we have a special provision for the BUT members where the credit union is going to work with you on that 5% down payment for the home.
Okay.
That I think is going to be the game changer.
All right. Excellent stuff. This is great. We need to have this conversation again. But thank you for being here this morning. And Saturday is going to be a fantastic time. And Belinda Wilson with the Bahamas Union of Teachers and Byron Miller with the Teachers and Salaried Workers Cooperative Credit Union. Thank you.
That's a mouthful.
That is a lot. That's a long. How do you all? Is there a nickname?
We're working on.
You're working on what?
We just say credit union. The Teachers Credit Union.
I stumbled over.
Yeah.
So we just sometimes say the Teachers Credit Union.
Hey, it was a Mega Home and Auto Show this Saturday.
Yes.
Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dwight.
All right, we're going to take a break and be back to wrap things up. This is Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Planning for retirement can be overwhelming, but with CFAL, it doesn't have to be. We offer tailor-made individual, group, and pension solutions that take the guesswork out of retirement planning. Whether it's for you or your company, don't leave your future to chance and let the trusted hands of CFAL's experts guide you toward peace of mind and financial stability. Low upfront costs and affordable monthly payments make it easy for you to build wealth so you can live well. Visit us at cfal.com to start on your path toward financial freedom. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
It is time for your morning business report brought to you by CFAL. A local shipping executive is warning that supply chain issues as a result of the prolonged U.S. dock worker strike could have an impact worse than COVID. CEO of ShipX, Derek Sands, telling Guardian Business that some of the major shipping carriers are reporting delays already, and he's opting to work with smaller local carriers until the U.S. dock workers strike comes to an end. The U.S. East Coast dock workers strike began October 1st. Reuters reported that economists are saying the strike will not initially raise consumer prices as companies accelerated shipments in recent months for key goods. However, a prolonged stoppage will eventually filter through, with food prices likely to react first. In its latest interim financial results for the first 6 months of 2024, Challenger Energy Group revealing that it is owed a refund by the government of the Bahamas for a new license application that was made but withdrawn, contending that while it may owe the government money for outstanding fees related to the licenses it holds in the Bahamas, the refund might offset its Bahamas payables. Silver Airways has launched a new flight to Nassau from Tampa with an introductory rate of $98 one way beginning Sunday. The airline has continually expanded flights to the Bahamas from destinations in Florida. The carrier also flies to Eleuthera, Bimini, Freeport, Exuma, and Abaco. And Four Seasons Yachts has reported its luxury yacht that will cost vacationers some $17,000 per suite and will launch in 2026. According to an article by Caribbean Journal, the 5-night luxury cruise will leave from Miami, with a highlight being stays in the Exuma Sound. And Retail Grocers Association President Philip Beneby says that prices in food stores are not going down, but are stabilizing. The most recent consumer price index for July 2024 reveals that the percentage change between July 2023 and July 2024 was negative 0.5%. On a month-on-month basis, the CPI decreased between June 2024 and July 2024. Overseas, the number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits rose modestly last week, but remains at healthy levels. The Labor Department reported today that applications for jobless claims rose by 6,000 to 225,000 for the week of September 28th. It was slightly more than the 221,000 analysts were expecting. The 4-week average of claims, which evens out some of the week's volatility, fell by 750 to 224,250. Applications for jobless benefits are widely considered representative of U.S. layoffs in a given week. Recent labor market data signaled that high interest rates may be finally taking a toll on the labor markets. And back in the U.S., some manufacturers and retailers are urging U.S. President Joe Biden to invoke a 1947 law as a way to suspend the strike by the 45,000 dock workers that has shut down U.S. ports, 36 of them from Maine to Texas. At issue is Section 206 of the Labor Management Relations Act of 1947, better known as the Taft-Hartley Act. The law authorizes a president to seek a court order for an 80-day cooling-off period for companies and unions to try to resolve their differences. Biden has said, though, that he won't intervene in the strike. Taft-Hartley was meant to curb the power of unions. The law was introduced by 2 Republicans in the aftermath of World War II. It followed a series of strikes in 1946 and 1945 and 46 by workers who demanded better pay and working conditions after the privations of wartime. In your Market Watch, recapping trading on the BISX. In your Market Watch, your market movers, AML Foods Limited moving 8,400 shares, closing at $5.50 unchanged. Commonwealth Bank moving 50,000, up 1 cent to $5.04. Doctors Hospital moving 1,000, closing at $10.50 unchanged. Consolidated Water up 5 cents, closing at $5.01. Emira Incorporated down 7 cents, closing at $9.61. The BISX All Share Index closing at 2,986.05. unchanged. That's your Market Watch, and that is your morning business report brought to you by CFAL, growing wealth for future generations. Laverne Gardner, that is going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for being here.
Always a pleasure.
Always our pleasure. Thank you so much. I'll talk with you again next week. And I'll be back tomorrow morning with more Morning Blend and Morning Blend Business here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan, have a great day, everybody. Stay tuned for On the Clock with Aaron Green next.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.